Okay, so we did number 13 in class, but I'm going to just break it down again so that you can always have this on video if you need to go back over it. First of all, number 13, that's a typo, so go ahead and take the z out. Now, b squared equals 196. All right, so when you're solving, please make sure you draw your lines, okay? And then to find b squared, the inverse operation of squaring, maybe this helps you guys, okay? If you write inverse operations, okay? The inverse of squaring is square rooting and vice versa, okay? The inverse of cubing is cube rooting and vice versa. So in this case we have square. To get rid of that square you have to square root. So this is what a square root looks like. Whatever you do to one side you gotta do to the other side. Cancel. B equals. Okay, so we're gonna take square root of 196. So 196. Now I gotta do 196 shift x squared, because if you look here, there's your square root. So shift x squared, and that's 14. And the calculator won't tell you the negative part. So the answer is negative 14 and positive 14. Okay, now you have a cubed here. To get rid of that cubed, you have to cube root it. So cube root. Okay, so the cube root cancels out with the cube, and then we get a w here. Now, to cube root a fraction, make sure you cube root the numerator and you cube root the denominator. Now, how do you do that? You press, for example, cube root of 1, you would press 1, shift, and then right here is your cube root, so you're going to cube root it. And it's just 1 in the numerator. Now, in the denominator, you start off with 8 as your radical, you shift and plus minus, and it's 2. So the answer is 1/2, but only 1/2. Okay. The next one, the cubed, well, the inverse operation of cube is cube rooting, so we're going to cube root. So w equals, how do we cube root of a negative 27? 27 negative, then shift plus minus, it gives you negative 3. And only negative 3 because a negative times a negative times a negative, it stays negative. All right, the inverse, you have an x squared here. The inverse operation of squaring is square rooting. So we cancel that out. We get x equals, how do we square root? You take the radicand, 1.44, and square root, which is shift x squared. And you get 1.2, but also negative 1.2. And those are your solutions. Okay, number 14. Let's read that one. Hopefully you try this on your own. I would encourage you to draw pictures. So number 14, the James family had a square area rug. Okay, now that's interesting. Square area rug that was 132 square feet. In their new house, there are 3 bedrooms. Bedroom 1 is 11 by 11 feet. Bedroom 2 is 10 feet by 12 feet. Bedroom 3 is 13 by 13 feet. In which bedroom will the rug fit? Explain why your answer is reasonable. Okay, so I'm just going to do some work just to brainstorm. So if it's a square rug, okay, and it's 132 square feet, okay, so you can put square feet like that. All right, there are 3 bedrooms, so I'll say that bedroom 1, you can show your work like this as well. Bedroom 1, it's 11 by 11, so the area of the bedroom is length times width. So what is that? 11 times 11. Okay, 121. 121, and it's feet squared because it's 2-dimensional. All right, well, let's look at bedroom 2. Okay. Okay, let me just pause about that. So if it's 121 square feet, it should fit in that room. Okay, I'm sorry. If the bedroom is 121 square feet, this is probably too small because this rug is too big for it. Okay, so let's see. Bedroom 2 is 10 by 12 feet, so the area of that bedroom is 10 by 12. So 10 times 12, length times width, is 120 square feet. So still seems small. All right, let's go to bedroom 3. I've run out of room for the box, so bedroom 3, let's see, is 13 by 13. So let's find the area. 13 by 13. Okay, so 13 by 13 is 169. So we can see that this is the room that will fit it, because all these other ones are smaller in their the area than the rug. So the question is, in which bedroom will the rug fit? Okay, so I would write, the rug has an area of 132 square feet. Bedroom 1 has an area of 121 square feet, and bedroom 2 has an area of 120 square feet. Okay, both these bedrooms, see, even me, I'm going to revise as I go. So, okay, so the areas of both of these, when I say these, I know which one this pronoun is referring to because of what I had just mentioned. These bedrooms are too small, since 121 and 120 are smaller than 132. Bedroom 3 has a square feet, has an area. See? You can do the same as me. You can erase as you go. Has an area of 169 square feet, which is bigger than the rug. So bedroom 3 will fit, and I'm using the word here, will fit the rug. And that's a distinguished answer, okay? Because you're showing your work here. That's always good, and pictures are also awesome if you can draw a picture, okay? And you can even write, that's the rug, okay? And you would see that these two rooms would not fit because they are smaller, but this room is big enough to fit that rug, okay? Number 15, which set, so these are sets, you know, these curly like brackets, they're just showing you that there's a set of numbers, so don't let these curly brackets throw you off. Which set of numbers is ordered from least to greatest? Okay, show your work or explain your thinking. Okay, so it does say or, so I'm going to try doing both. Okay, so let's look at set A. So I might write it like this. So set A, square root of 8 is, let's see, use your calculator, 8 shift x squared, 2.82. Okay, so I'll say is approximately, no, I could just put equals with a dot, 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 equals 2.82, dot, dot, dot. 3 equals 3, okay. Square root of 3 equals 3 shift x squared, 1.73, dot, dot, dot. And then 1.5, so 1.5, remember you can change that to an improper fraction, so 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3 over 2. What is 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, okay? So let's see, set A, let's take a look. This is 2.8 is less than 3, but 3 is not less than 1.73, okay? So I can say 3 is not less than square root of 3, therefore set A is not ordered from least to greatest. Okay, and then maybe I'll just draw a dividing line. Let's try set B. Okay, so square root of 7, 7, shift x squared, 2.64, dot, dot, dot. And then we got negative root 8. Let's see, don't forget it's a negative. That already is less than a positive. So negative 8 square root, that's negative 2.8. And then I'm going to stop here. Since negatives, negative numbers, are smaller than positive numbers, set B is not ordered from least to greatest. Okay, so it's going to have to be set C, but you should still show your work to support it. So here we go with set C. Let's see, 3.2, well, that's just 3.2, okay? Square root of 11, let's see, take the square root, 11 square root, 3.31, dot, dot, dot. Then we got square root of 13, which is obviously less than square root of 11, but let's go ahead and see. 13 square root of 11, or square root of 13 is 3.60, dot, dot, dot. And then we got 3.61, which is just 3.61, okay? So, though they all start with 3, all numbers begin with 3 when written as decimals. The digits in the tens place are in order for 3.2 and square root of 11, and the digits for root 13 and 3.6 are in order, I know this is a lot, but hey, in order for the hundredths place. Okay? So that's one way to write your answer. And if I write this much, guys, you shouldn't write that much less, okay? Be willing to write as much as possible to fully explain your thinking. All right, number 16. Read the whole problem before you decide what to do, okay? Angela purchased a storage cube, that should make you think of a cube, with a volume of 10 cubic feet. She wants to put it on a shelf that is 24 inches tall. Okay, so if there's a shelf, I would probably draw this here and say, okay, 24 inches tall. Okay, this is a shelf. Okay, will the cube fit on the shelf? Well, you need to know how high this is. Okay, well, thankfully the cube, all of the sides are the same length, and if you have a volume of 10, that means a space in here. Then to find the root, to find one of the side lengths, you need to cube root it. So, oh, and that's another thing we have to be very careful about. 24 inches is not feet, so let's change that to feet, okay? So if you look here, if you double it, that's 24 inches, so then that's 2 feet. So let's make sure we remember that. So we need to look at this as 2 feet because this was 24 inches. So let's see, if the volume is 10, then we got to cube root it to find one of its sides. So I'm going to draw a picture, and I've got a volume of 10 cubic feet, and I need to know its height. So I'm going to have to take the cube root of 10 equals, we'll call this x. All right, so what is that? Let's take it. 10 shift plus minus 2.1-ish. okay? And I'll just round it to 2.2, which means when I round, I use approximation, okay? So that means it's 2.2 feet high, about, approximately. But the shelf is exactly 2 feet. So the shelf is 2 feet, exactly, okay? Because 24 inches is exactly 2 feet, not a little less, not a little more. So if you take a look, okay, let's see, explain how you know. So when given the volume of a cube, 10 cubic feet, cube root the value to find the length of one of its edges. And then you can show your work. So cube root of 10 is equal to approximately 2.2 feet. The height of the shelf, because it says tall, okay? The height of the shelf is exactly 2 feet because 24 inches equals 2 feet, okay? 2.2, the height of the cube, parentheses 2.2, is slightly larger, higher, let's say higher than the height of the shelf. Maybe I should put feet here, feet. Therefore, the cube cannot fit on this shelf. It is a little too tall for the shelf. Okay. All right. Part B, or not, I'm sorry. Consider the following list of numbers. Categorize each number as rational or irrational. Okay, well, square root of 10 is irrational because not a perfect square. Or you can also say it has, well, I don't even have to really say anything. So the reason why square root of 10 is going to be irrational is because, first of all, 10 is not perfect square, because if it was, you could take square root of it and it becomes an integer. So over here, when we take the square root of 10, you can see it's an irrational number. It doesn't end, and there's no sign of repeating. So that's done. Now let's look at 9 over 4. Well, you should be able to know that 9 over 4 is rational because 9 is an integer dividing by another integer. So let's see the decimal equivalency of it. 9 divided by 4 is, yeah, it's a terminating decimal, which we also know is a rational number. Cube root of 27, okay, let's take the cube root. 27, shift, plus minus, that's 3. That's rational because the cube root of 27 is an integer, okay? 2.5, that's a terminating decimal, and therefore it belongs here. It's a rational number. 3 1/3, any mixed number, as long as there aren't square roots that are of non-perfect squares, it's going to be a mixed number, or it's going to be rational. But you can always change it to an improper fraction, okay, if it helps. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 10 over 3, that belongs over here. So if you want to check, you can look at the decimal equivalency. It's a repeating decimal, so all repeating decimals are rational. Okay, pi, we know that's irrational. Why? Because the decimal expansion or equivalency of it, it's a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. Okay, so now that's all we had to do for part A. No explanation was asked for, so I'm not going to spend time doing that. Part B, it says plot each of the numbers from the list on the number line provided. Hey, all right, easy enough. Let's look at the decimal expansion of that, or equivalency. 10 square root is about 3.16. Okay? 9 divided by 4 is 2.25. Cube root of 27, we already know that's a 3. You could double check it, so 27 shift plus minus. Okay, that's just a 2.5. 3 and a third. Okay, well we did turn that into an improper fraction, so 10 divided by 3 is 3.3 repeating, and then this is 3.14. Okay, so pi, actually, those of you that are watching, if you just press the EXP button once by itself, that's your pi. Okay? Alright, so let's see, which one's smaller? So we got 2.25 and 2.5. If you compare 2.25, well, we're not trying to compare, we're just trying to put the numbers on it. I was thinking about ordering them, but that's not what this is asking for. Okay, 2.5 is pretty easy. I'm going to start with the easy ones. Like this is really easy, so I'm going to put cube root of 27 here. Okay, done with that because 3 is easy to find. 2.5, pretty easy. It's right here, and it's just 2.5, so 2.5, done. Okay, now let's tackle these. Okay, 2.25. So 2.25, and then compare it with the 2.5. It's about, maybe here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that helps. So think of this as 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. So 2.2 will be here and slightly past, actually halfway between, okay? So this will be 9 over 4, okay? Done with that. All right, let's see. We got 3.14 and 3.16. So this is 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4. Okay, so let's see. 3.1 and 4, and this is 3.16. So here's 3.1. So 3.14 will be about here maybe, which is pi. But slightly after that is root 10. Okay, so I'm going to put it very close to that. Okay, so done with these. And then 3.3, let's see, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. Repeating, so it's slightly maybe bigger than that. Okay, and that would be 3 and a third. So have I done all of them? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, done.